Victor Gyokeres transfer news. Arsenal close to agreeing deal for Sporting striker. Arsenal agreed to pay around 55M to sign Sporting CP striker Victor Gyokeres. Negotiations continue over add-on. Sweden international, 27, has been Arsenal's primary focus in the transfer window after previously being linked with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, have agreed to pay a fixed fee for the striker. Negotiations continue over add-ons with Sporting still holding out for it. Is understood there was a breakthrough in negotiations when Gyokeres' agent agreed to waive a commission he was due from the deal. Bringing in a striker has been a primary focus for Arsenal in this transfer window. They have explored conditions for a number of players, including RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. After joining Sporting from Coventry City for around 20M in 2023, Gyokeres has scored an incredible 97 goals in just 102 matches during his 2 seasons in the Portuguese capital. Gyokeres netted 54 goals in only 52 games in all competitions last campaign, including a hat-trick against Manchester City in the Champions League, as he helped Sporting win the league and the Portuguese Cup. A move to Arsenal would see Gyokeres return to English football, having joined Brighton and Hove Albion in January 2018. Before moving to Coventry after loan spells at St. Pauli and Swansea City. Gyokeres scored 43 goals for Coventry in his 2.5 seasons with the championship side. Sporting are expected to make a huge profit on Gyokeres' anticipated sale. Victor Gyokeres' Sporting issue statement as Arsenal transfer. The Gunners have been in desperate need of a new striker, and their aim since the start of the summer transfer window has been to sign a prolific goalscorer. David Ornstein has revealed that Arsenal are close to completing the signing of the Swedish striker after taking the final steps in negotiations with Sporting CP. Victor Gyokeres will likely be Arsenal's biggest signing this summer. The Gunners initially preferred Benjamin Sesko, but a move for the RB Leipzig star proved to be too difficult because of his club's demands. Berta shifted his focus to Gyokeres, and after lengthy negotiations with Sporting CP, the deal is now said to be in the final stages. Alongside this move, Fabrizio Romano has revealed that Arsenal are planning 2 more deals in the coming days, an incoming and a contract extension. The Gunners are set to push for the signing of Cristian Mosquera from Valencia after their opening bid to sign him was rejected. Then, Arsenal plan to move forward with a new contract for Ethan Nwaneri after holding positive talks with the youngster recently. Alongside Gyokeres' deal close, Arsenal are also planning to advance on Cristian Mosquera deal with Valencia next week as player only wants AFC project, and get new deal done for Ethan Nwaneri in the next days after progress revealed yesterday. Since then, the Italian has extended the contracts of Gabriel Magalhaes and Miles Lewis-Skelly, while also completing the signings of Kepa Arrizabalaga, Martin Zubimendi and Christian Norgard. The Spaniard seemingly prefers a different profile, with Arda Güler fielded over the South American. During some downtime after PSG knocked Los Blancos out of the FIFA Club World Cup, Rodrigo went for a stroll around Times Square, where one fan asked if he is going to swap Real Madrid for Arsenal this summer. Spain state that Liverpool have now joined the race to sign Rodrigo as Arne Slot aims to freshen up his attack further, following the addition of Florian Wirtz. Furthermore, Manchester City have held talks over Rodrigo as well as Arsenal. So Andrea Berta, director of football at the Emirates Stadium, will have to be convincing if he is to successfully fend off Arsenal's Premier League rivals course. That would represent a pretty quick turnaround for the 23-year-old, given he's just spent the whole summer at the Club World Cup with Chelsea. And whilst Arteta will be keen for all new signings to come on tour, it'll be interesting to see how Arsenal plan to manage Noni Madueke's condition. Madueke will be a significant signing for Arsenal, a player who won't arrive cheaply, but the Gunners' business certainly won't stop there. Addition to signing Madueke and a new striker, Arsenal are seriously interested in Crystal Palace star Gyokeres. Arsenal are pushing to sign Victor Gyokeres from Sporting CP right now, but any move for the striker or Madueke won't affect a deal for Ease. Gyokeres to Arsenal twist, Madueke bid, Ease rival Chelsea want Nwaneri. Arsenal are in advanced talks over a blockbuster move for Victor Gyokeres, but have yet to agree a fee with Sporting, with a surprise potential plan B having now emerged. The Gunners have also been boosted over Rodrigo and are said to be considering a swap deal for Gyokeres, with the likes of Noni Madueke, Anthony Gordon and Cristian Mosquera also firmly on their radar. Arsenal have opened talks with Chelsea over a potential deal to sign Noni Madueke. Chelsea are willing to entertain offers for Madueke, but Standard Sport understands they are holding out for at least 50 million. The 23-year-old winger is understood to have agreed personal terms on a 5-year deal with Arsenal, who he sees as his preferred destination if he leaves Stamford Bridge this summer. Madueke was an important player for Chelsea last season but faces renewed competition following the signings of João Pedro and Jamie Gittins, as well as the arrival of Estevao Willian. Arsenal have made contact with Chelsea over the potential signing of Noni Madueke. The 23-year-old has agreed terms with the Gunners on a 5-year deal, but the hurdle to overcome now, as David Ornstein reports, is the fee that the North Londoners will have to pay. Arsenal have begun background checks on Noni Madueke, according to The Telegraph. The Chelsea winger has agreed personal terms with the Gunners, and the North Londoners are expected to approach the Blues with an official bid. The Telegraph report details that Arsenal may have to pay north of what Newcastle will for Nottingham Forest's Anthony Elanga, with the Magpies to spend 55 million on the Swede. Chelsea are reportedly using Elanga's price tag as a benchmark for their own asking price for the England winger. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace forward Gyokeres remains a primary target for Arsenal in this window. Internal discussions are continuing over the next steps. Arsenal know they can speak to Ease if they meet his release clause at Palace, which is believed to be an initial 60M plus 8M in add-ons. However, if they want to negotiate on the clause, they will be required to approach Palace. Arsenal are understood to be encouraged by Ease being open to a move to the Emirates. Therefore, talk of signing Gyokeres for around 60M makes perfect sense, as while he's not necessarily an out-and-out attacker, the Crystal Palace star did rack up 25 goal involvements in 43 games last season. Likewise, while fans might not be delighted with the links to Noni Madueke, he had a reasonable return of 11 goals and 5 assists in 24-49 minutes last season. However, although both players are likely to improve the North Londoners' overall attack, more so the Eagles star, neither is expected to have the same impact as Alexis did when he joined the club, which might not be the case for Victor Gyokeres. More than that, the report has revealed that talks between the two sides are at such an advanced stage that an agreement in principle has been reached. The report claims that the Gunners are set to pay an initial fee of 65M, with add-ons which should bring the final price. The former was, at his best, a devastatingly effective winger, and the latter is an out-and-out striker, but that doesn't matter. Our argument is not that the Swedish international will replicate the Chilean's exact playstyle, but rather that he could come in and have a similar impact on the club. Victor Gyokeres transfer news: Arsenal close to agreeing deal for Sporting striker. Arsenal agree to pay around 55M to sign Sporting CP striker Victor Gyokeres. Negotiations continue over add-on. Sweden international, 27, has been Arsenal's primary focus in the transfer window after previously being linked with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, have agreed to pay a fixed fee for the striker. Negotiations continue over add-ons with Sporting still holding out for it. Is understood there was a breakthrough in negotiations when Gyokeres' agent agreed to waive a commission he was due from the deal. Bringing in a striker has been a primary focus for Arsenal in this transfer window. They have explored conditions for a number of players, including RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. After joining Sporting from Coventry City for around 20